Hello, this is George Senda, the real, official, authentic, original, the one, the only, the official, the guy from Pittsburgh, and there went the official Fluffy the cat. Alright, except no cheesy YouTube imposters, commentators, or occupants of the White House that fall downstairs but can't can't deliver stimulus checks. Okay, this is mail time. Let's see what this is. This is something. I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. That's somebody's phone number. I got these here. So I did not do a video yesterday because my feet and legs were killing me. Now I gotta get to the proper. There you go, Firefox. And my feet tonight was hurting. I went out to feed the cats. Three raccoons showed up. I gave two of them dry foods. They wouldn't go bother. Tiny one and orangey and gray, and this gigantic. Hello. Gigantic. Welcome. Gigantic raccoon showed up. Other than the two, it was bigger than the two of them combined. So. Okay, I got a check Friday for $15.22, the refund from Fingerhut. Here's my final Fingerhut bill. I got a long thing from Synchrony Bank saying I may or may not be converted to unsecured Amazon Prime credit card, which is not an Amazon Visa, as they told me when I opened the account, because they lied. But the problem is the website that they keep saying me to go to doesn't work. And I called them up on it, and they said, well, they know it doesn't work. They'll have to tell someone. They didn't know it doesn't work. I love these places that don't know their own website work until you call them. Okay, I went through a bunch of, picked up a whole bunch of trash off the floor and finally found my blood pressure medication. I hadn't taken it for 9 days. It's the only reason I didn't do anything. I was having real trouble walking, a great deal of pain in my right leg. Okay, my TD Ameritrade IRA. The coin dealer, they want money. One of my coin loans. The electric bill. My Clipper card came on Friday, so now I can travel to San Francisco. Somehow I lost the bill portion of the Montgomery Awards bill, but that came. And let's see what else is here. I got everything else, but the part that says how much I owe is missing. I don't know what happened to it. Kathy tore off the back page of one of my catalogs. I don't like it when she reads my catalog. She doesn't take care of them. And let's see, here's a bill from Reflex. I owe them $35. I'll get paid on the 1st or when the stimulus comes. Ally Bank statement. Bank of America statement. Who has still not deposited stimulus checks. My housing rent statement. Who still haven't gotten it right. And this is really old. This is something important relating to my sister. No, I did not go to Walmart on the weekend because there is no way to get there. Okay, that's old. And I can't find the catalog, and there's other stuff here. I don't know if this is new or old, so that's not a bottle of pills, it's a bottle with some screws in it. So that's it for mail time. On Saturday and Sunday, there is no bus that goes to Walmart. And I am not going to walk 4 or 5 blocks with stuff and then wait 40 to 50 minutes for a bus in the cold because it gets really windy here on the weekends. So I don't go to Walmart on the weekends. And I've been meaning to go to Walmart. I'm going to have to go to Walmart because I need to get wet food for my cats. I made the 2 roast. I made a mistake, though. I put a can of tomatoes in there, and that was a mistake. It made it too tart. I will not do that again, but the roast turned out well. Fluffy ate a little bit of it. Fuzzy ate a little bit of it. Mama Cat and Kitten did not eat any of the meat. So everybody got fed. Orangey showed up, but he showed up under a car. I think he's afraid of the raccoons. That's why he comes to me the last 2 days, and now he won't come to me. So, Monte Carlo? Where did you get the idea it was buying a Monte Carlo? I know I'm not buying a Monte Carlo. We're saving up for yet another in the Priuses until we collect every Prius in America. Not. That's why we're waiting for the stimulus check. And Fluffy has been sick. He's got an upper respiratory infection. And all the vets around here require you to show up in a car, wait in your car, and then they bring a cat back out. But not having a car, I can't go see a vet. So I figured out what I can do. I will call the local cab company, have them take me there, and ask the guy to wait till they're done, and then take me back. Actually, take me to the bus stop. I can take Fluffy home on the bus. But he was eating grass today. Seems to be the universal antidote for cats when they're not feeling well. He's okay, but so well, actually, I'm paying down my credit cards. Another payment, and the Target bill drops closer and closer to $300. And if I get the stimulus, of course, Kathy will get $400. Then later get the GoPro. I may just get the GoPro 8 because the GoPro 9 has so many bugs on the screen. Not bugs that fly around, bugs with settings, bug with the touchscreen, bug with the freezing videos. They need to change that chip. They haven't changed it in 5 cameras. It's like Apple not changing their iMacs for years until the silicon. Who am I? I am George Sinda. I've been doing videos for 10 years. Who are you? I don't, Hey, people, who am I? I do stuff in the paranormal. My videos appear on the nationwide AM and FM radio program, Coast to Coast AM website. I did a pilot with George Norrie, the host of Coast to Coast AM. That appears on Amazon Prime. We're not going to take it. I have over 4,000 videos, 1,042,000 and change views, and 5,200 plus subscribers. So, well, the question is, somebody wants to, supposedly, and I don't buy into it anymore, when somebody says, we want to do this for you. We want to give you big money. And then I find that it's all trolls. I was a victim of this fake podcast network created by the evil site whose name will not be allowed here, where they promised to get me a $2,000 a month doing a live podcast. That was all fake. I had a guy a year ago want me to go first to Las Vegas and then San Diego to be a card counter, except that he expected me to pay all the expenses myself, and I said, with what? And I finally called him on it because he kept saying he wasn't making any money, and then he would say he made $100,000 in one night or $10,000 in one night, was living in a luxury suite. His stories never were the same. So then he went to the usual troll thing of attacking me personally, calling me stupid and all kinds of stuff. So that was a fake too. He's gone. So I don't know if this new one, they want to pay my expenses for 3 days in Las Vegas, I guess, so I can do live videos. But I told him with the condition of my feet, ever since I took the Pfizer vaccine, my feet and toes hurt and they go numb. Now I also need to lose weight. And there is no train service to Las Vegas. I took a bus in 1970 with my mother from Vegas to San Francisco. It took 18 hours. I am not going to take Greyhound to Las Vegas under any condition. So if they want me to get there, they're going to have to figure out a way to get there. Pay for Lyft, pay for a limousine, something, and pay for Lyft when I'm there. I made the suggestion they also rent and pay for the deposit to rent me a scooter. Then it wouldn't matter if I walk or not. I can ride around, put the GoPro on the chest strap or on my helmet or put my iPhone up. But I have to also have my iPads repaired, and they go with me. So, yeah, my left hand keeps going numb. Not the right hand so much. Now, luckily, I'm right-handed. But this thing keeps hurting and the fingers keep going numb. It's the side effects of the Pfizer vaccine. So it's itching because I made the mistake years ago of trying to tear out the ivy in the back of the building here, the English ivy, and it's very toxic and it gets in your hands. And once you get in your hands, that effect never goes away. Screaming pain. It's related to poison ivy, and I didn't know it. Never touch that stuff without gloves. You'll be in agony. So now, I don't know what an LS engine is. I'm not going to put a... Hello, there goes little girl. Hello, my sweet. Hello, sweetie. The Prius is... all that stuff is integrated into the Prius. And I do not have the capability or the money to switch out an engine. So, we get a Prius, it's for driving. It's not for modding. It's not for racing. You can race a Prius. They set a record, I think, go 150. But you had to take the governor off. And then the second car, what we're going to do, we hire a mechanic. We get the Carly ODN device to check out everything electronically on the car. And then we're going to take a loan to get the Prius. And the first thing we're going to do, I watched a video last night where for about $250 they give you a shield. And now you see, I'm just sitting here and this hand is going completely numb on me. It's like tingling. And it's driving me nuts. They give you a shield and you have these special bolts you put them on the bottom of the car, and that way no one can cut the exhaust pipe and unbolt your catalytic converter. There's an epidemic of that going around the country, and I couldn't believe it when they said that some people are paying as much as $3,000 to replace their catalytic converters. Ours was stolen off ours because our car was parked, it wasn't running, and luckily they only charged us the cost of the converter, and they bolted it down and all that, but then the car wouldn't start, so we had to get rid of it. So if I have that shield put on, it takes an hour of labor. And I post them, the guy from Pittsburgh Paranormal News Forum, and Art Bell Lives, for people to watch. And then our catalytic converter will be safe from theft. So, Corvette engine, no, I'm not going to put a Corvette engine in a Prius. The damn thing might disintegrate along with me in it. Vroom, vroom, vroom. All the parts go flying, the bolts and nuts, the battery hits me in the back of the neck, and I'm dead, And Kathy, no Corvette engines. And I don't do stick shifts, so that ain't going to happen. So, I will ask my doctor, but I'm not seeing the doctor till April. And then I have to go and call again to set up a new appointment with respiratory therapy. I didn't have my Clipper card. And then they set me for an appointment on Wednesday when I get my Meals on Wheels food. And I talked to my attorney friend down the street, and he said the form I have for County Connection to file a claim, he said, you've got pain and suffering. You file the claim for $25,000, but go back to your doctor, have her re-examine you, then go to orthopedics, have them examine you, then file the claim. He said, you've got, even though nothing's broken, nothing's fractured, you've had pain and suffering since New Year's Eve when the bus driver slammed the brakes and I went flying. So you say you want $25,000. And because the emergency room doctor told me it will take months for my knees to heal, and walking to Amtrak, the 12 blocks, every time I walk a long distance, my knees right now are like they're on fire. And they hurt like hell. If I step the wrong way, the pain radiates up my foot into the kneecap. So, if I get $25,000, I can buy my $9,000 scooter, still buy the 4x4, and buy a Silicon M1, or by the time they come out, I got that money, an M2 Mac Mini. And I found another video today where for $79 you can get an external monitor that will work on your MacBook Pro, I believe your iPhone, it'll work on a PC, and it'll work on an iPad, and it'll work on a Mac Mini. So that would be really cool. I could take the Mac Mini with me and have the monitor in front of me, and then all I'd need is an external camera. It may have a camera in that monitor, I don't know. Hello, little girl. They're waiting for me to feed them. Hello. Well, I'm in a good mood when I don't have people attacking me for making a joke like they did on Friday. And, if clowns can't take humor, and if people can't take humor when someone dies, and I don't know if someone really dies or not in here, because I don't know these people. There are 3 people coming to chat that I happen to deal with in emails on a regular basis. The rest of them, I don't know who they are. But there have been funerals of comedians where they talk funny stories about the people that die, and people are laughing, and it's catharsis. And I broke out with that joke because it just struck me as incredibly funny. And someone, oh, you're mean-spirited. No, I'm not, till you irritate the hell out of me. And the next guy gives me crap on this channel, they're out of here. So, no, I got ticked off. Thank you for your comment on my channel, Taco. And my God, part of what I do on this channel is comedy. I have books on comedy. I have joke books. I have history books. And, if you're a clown, you should know about, except the guy doesn't open it up. It's by appointment only, which is weird. The International Clown Hall of Fame in some place with a B, I can't remember, in East Nowhere, Wisconsin. And they had a clown that was with Ringling Brothers for 65 years. I don't remember his name either. I saw the site today. So I probably know more clowns than some of the clowns on here. And I'm not talking about the people with clown names, the clowns that come in here and give me crap. Well, my mother and I... Do I want to get started? Not really. Let's put it this way. I had the domineering, archetypical, interfering, controlling, never happy with anything I did Jewish mother. But she also went after the rest of the family, went after my sister, went after the children. She was never happy with anything anybody did that she didn't approve of. And so when she died, I felt horrible. I watched her die for 9 days, which is something I never want to go through again. When I die, I'm not going to watch me. But I'm going to refuse to die. So I'll tell death, you had 3 chances. Go take Putin. Go take Kim Jong, whatever the hell his name is. Go take Sleepy Joe, who can't walk down an aircraft stairs without falling. He fell 3 times. So, take somebody evil, not somebody good. And one good person that just died is someone who was doing dog rescue in Santa Rosa, and they screwed up her PPP money for her business, took all her money out of her bank account. She could not pay her employees, and sadly, she committed suicide. She was 57, and she did great work on rescue dogs, and also if your dog protects you, that they don't try to kill your dog for protecting. Her dog got killed stopping a burglar from breaking in and trying to rape her children. I think that was the story. So it's very sad. And I have a friend who goes, well, I donate to human organizations. And I said, well, and other people said that's great. I donate a little bit when I can to the Paws organization in LA that rescues dog, cats, raccoons, squirrels, skunks, snakes, animals in pain, animals that are hurt, animals been hit by cars or lost an eye, or who are being attacked by dogs. Hope for Paws, that's what it is. So, and when I get the stimulus, they will get $20, and I'll start giving them $5 a month. It's not much, but that's what I can afford. Well, you know what? I don't know if that really happened. If he did that, I'm very sorry. Okay, now, I have a song I posted Oh, and I said on one site where the majority of the people, even though the guy doing the stimulus videos is saying he's seeing signs that people are getting money. And yet I go down there and I'm seeing 75 people saying I haven't gotten a dime. So if you'll give me a moment, please, let me say this. I posted today and wrote out, this is to the tune of Gilligan's Island. And I will apologize for my singing or lack thereof. Just sit right back and all you wait for your stimulus cash that started from Congress and went from the White House and then the IRS. The mate was a mighty lawmaking man, the leader bumbling and unsure. 350 million sit and wait all day for checks that never hit their door. The criticism started getting rough. The phone lines got crossed, but there was no courage with this hapless crew as the stimulus checks got lost. Yes, the stimulus checks got lost. The IRS opened the portal somewhere in D.C., and it was as useless as anything could be. With Chucky, Sleepy Joe, the billionaire and his wife now taking all the blame. No movie stars commented on anything. Professor Matt and Kami Mala too, all in Sleepy Joe's oil. No food, no light, no rent, you see, not a single luxury. It's getting pretty desperate as can be. So join us all for weeks, my friend, wondering all the while where are our stimulus checks hiding somewhere on Sleepy Joe's aisle. So, yeah, I walk better than Sleepy Joe. But I would have trouble going. I'm going to go on the ramp that goes this way, not the ramp that goes up if I get on a plane. Well, some think you made it up. All right, I'm going to be flat out. And how did you get money on 2-5? They signed the bill 9 or 10 days ago. This is 3. It's impossible for you to have gotten it on 2-5. Well, no, there is no we. We have not gotten the whatever we means. There's only been one donation of $10 by a supporter of this channel. I have gotten a $10 donation, and that's it. I'm donating money to the car fund. When and if we get the stimulus, they legally have the right to not get the money to people until December 31st, 2021. But I think there'd be rioting in the streets. Maybe that's the reason they haven't moved the troops out yet around Congress and D.C. because they know people would be up in arms with the pitchforks and other implements of destruction. So, I'm not going to say who. Okay. You're not here to criticize me, so goodbye, Taco. You don't come on here to criticize me. You don't come in to rate me. You don't come in to give me grief. You don't come in to berate me. So, bye-bye, and there's no we involved. Okay? This is not the Make Criticism of George channel. You come in and criticize me, you're out of here. I'm not going to put up with it anymore. And it's damn peculiar to me that if I say someone committed suicide, and immediately someone who says my father committed suicide for the same reason. That's too coincidental. Which makes these things a totally bogus thing to say. Alright. Another reason why I'm getting very tired of the clowns in here. Now, he called you a troll. Now, if you really want to say, Everybody, my middle name is George. My first name is Anthony. Over 4,000 videos. Appearance of my videos on Coast to Coast AM, Amazon Prime, Television Pilot. People know who I am. Why don't you come in here and put your real name down? And then I can look up on the internet for the obituary, if it really happened. Don't hide behind fake handles. You're so-and-so. I don't dox people. I have been doxed. I've had my phone number published on YouTube, and I had to change it 9 times because people I thought were friends online were trolls from the evil website and got my phone number and were harassing me all night. Like they've doxed Kathy too. Published her home address, her cell phone number, her home phone number, and are still calling her up occasionally in the middle of the night and hanging up and not saying a word. I would never dox anybody unless I had a particularly good reason to do it and a legitimate reason. They were trying to assault me or Kathy, or they showed up at my door to harass me. Then I would dox them to the police department. And I've had trolls show up at my door. I've had trolls show up in a truck when I was trying to sell the other Prius, waited around the corner, and then called up and said the usual crap about me and Kathy. Drove up in a big green truck and hid, like this skunk he is. Because they'll never confront you face to face, because they know I would take a picture of them and then get their license number and call the cops on them. All right? And you know my email. You know my email, and everybody knows my address. People also have sent stuff here that's disgusting. And to my P.O. Box, which is the address I put down for the P.O. Box. Because I do that so I can get FedEx, UPS, and eBay packages. I've been harassed for 20 years online for my political beliefs, for my employment status, for my lack of employment status, for my weight, for my religion, for being on Social Security disability. You name it, they've attacked me for it. They've also harassed my late mother, calling her up on the phone and harassing her. I don't dox people. Were it legal to take these people out and do things to them that they wouldn't like and be done with them once and for all and rid them of society, I would gladly do it. But that's not a threat. These people should not be in polite society. They are evil people. I'm not going to say what they sent me. Weird food that I was allergic to, and other things. Pornography. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. And of course, where are they? Oh, God. Here's Bonk. Excuse me. Coffee made me burp. Weird. Another thing, people don't donate to this channel. The people come in here, I think 90% of them are trolls. They'll never donate to this channel. By the way, I've removed the first pay-per-view section of the YouTube paid membership I'm going to get stickers next month. I'm going to go to somewhere and get some Design Me stickers. And then that will be $6.99 a month. And when I go live, once that's set up, you have to pay to watch me. There will be no more free live videos. Because if people had donated for the last 10 years, I'd probably have a car of my own, my electric scooter, GoPro, an iPad Pro, and a Mac Pro, God knows whatever it is. And I'd be in Vegas, I'd be in LA, I'd be in New York, I'd be back in Pittsburgh. I could be doing live videos when it's not snowing in Minneapolis, where I have friends, Miami, or wherever. No, but I have to, $6.99 a month. That covers the 30% skimmed off the top for Super Chat, so I think I would clear $5 a month. And I get people constantly, like the one who criticized me last week, who claims she has cancer of the liver, and yet I checked into it. If you get cancer of the liver, it spreads, and your prognosis is very, very bad. They always say, I can't afford to donate to you, I've got some rare disease, or I've got medical bills, or blah, 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 blah. But you hear that 50, 60 times from people, then you say, like, come on, if I can afford to donate to a dog and cat rescue organization, if I can afford to donate to other places and send cat gifts to people, you can afford $5 a month. I'm going to have real stickers. I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing, the trolls will never pay me $7 a month. I'm rounding it off. Because they're cheap. And the looky-loos will never pay $7 a month. So, I don't know how this works. There is another site I can go to when I have the money, and it's expensive. I can do live videos in there, and you have to pay membership. There is no way to watch the videos for free. I'm still thinking about that. But I'm going to have real stickers with some kind of George Sender or guy from Pittsburgh design on them. I have T-shirts on a site that only a few people have ever bought. I've had coffee cups and bags and everything. In 10 years, I should have made a ton of money. Not just for the sake of money, but to get me equipment and things I need to make my life a little more comfortable. And I will be buying that monitor when I get the stimulus, because even though I don't have the the Mac Mini 1X, or 1 or whatever it's called, and they come out with a 2, hopefully soon. Then when I get the Mac Mini Silicon, I'll have the portable monitor. Then if I decide, well, I want to go to Seattle for the weekend, I have to go get my birth certificate, I have to go get Real ID, which is a pain in the ass. Go to Seattle and say, I'm George Senda. I'm here in Seattle, and I'm at the farmer's market, or the fish market, or Pike's Place, or whatever it is. And I'm live on the Mac Mini. And I have the monitor right in front of me, and I have the iPad and the iPhone all going at the same time. And there's also another great thing I saw where for $79 you get this device that goes under the Mac Mini, and it gives the capability of things you can't do with the Mac Mini because it doesn't have enough ports, and the ports are too close to each other to plug in 2 devices. And it gives you an SD card reader, and the only thing this particular one doesn't do, there's no room for another hard drive. And there's another device I saw. It looks like the Mac Pro of 2014, 13. The cylinder Mac Pro, you take the top off and you could put 4 external hard drives in there and run them at the same time. There's now a way to, guys did a video where you could take applications and games and put them on the external hard drive and run them off the external hard drive in your Mac. You can also do it on the PC. So, yeah, so, no, I'm not going to. We need a car. Look, Kathy has an injured back. She's been screaming in pain. She walked home from Safeway. I have injured feet. My left hand is going numb. I can't pick up heavy stuff in the right hand. I tore my rotator cuff. I have 2 bad knees and an injured back. We need a car. I don't need money in... How many years is this? 10 years. I'm 68. 10 years I might be dead. Yeah, well, I don't think I need... I have 2 portable hard drives in the back there, but I want to get one with the Thunderbolt and all that, you know, or whatever they have now. USB-C 3 or... I can't keep track of all these things. Okay. Now, here we go. These are Safeway Monopoly. Free Shutterfly desktop plaque. What am I doing with a desktop plaque? I don't know. Do I nail it to the desktop? Okay, and my hand is really hurting. It's like I slept on it, but like about 10 times over. It's not fun. ShopPlayWin.com, another useless one. Alright, let's see. By the way, if you're typing in chat, I can't read it and do this. 50% off Starbucks Frappuccino. Well, I'll save that and give that to somebody at Starbucks. They have a Starbucks in the larger Safeways I go to at times. Okay. 50%, 50%, I wish. 50 cents off Cottonelle bath tissue. Well, that might be useful. My mother used to buy that stuff. All right. Shop, play, win. As far as I'm concerned, it's shop, play, lose. And I can't read chat right now, so please try not to type in chat. 50 cents off Gillette Fusion Mach 3 Sensor, Gillette 5 or Venus razor. Gillette Mach 3 is a great razor, but they want too much for it. I went to Schick, but I need to get new razors. I got this beard growth that's like a forest here. No matter how much I shave, particularly right here. It's like werewolf time over here. Okay, 50 cents off Folgers. Baroni drank Folgers. Folgers is too strong. What I might do is tape these to some of the things. Okay. 50 cents off Chips Ahoy cookies. Well, Kathy doesn't like those, or I would give it to her. All right, let's see here. Wish they'd give me money off cat litter. There's a picture of cat litter in the back. No, I don't have any clown items. I used to have a clown that lit up. That was from an arcade that you shot the water into it with a water gun, but when I lost my storage, I lost it. It was one of my favorite things. Free Shutterfly 5x8 notebook. Why would you need a 5x8 notebook? I don't get it. What? Free winner of 5 bonus block tops for education. What am I going to do with that? I is already educated. That's why it does this YouTube channel. Free I can't even say it. Shutterfly 8x8 photo book. But they're obsessed with Shutterfly with this stuff. Oh, the evil macaroni and cheese. I can't stand. Okay, let's see what this one is. Shop, play, lose. It'd be nice to get something here. 50%, 50 cents off. Why do I keep saying 50%? I'm wishful thinking. Kettle brand potato chips. They're very good. I may keep that. I shouldn't be eating potato chips. So. My goal, when I get the stimulus in the first of the month, get Slim Fast, do more on diet, and drink 2 bottles of Slim Fast a day so I can try to lose 25 pounds in a month. Okay, Instant Winter Refresh Water. I tried that stuff once. It's terrible. All right, I'll probably get a thing of Scotch tape. Just tape these to the shelf or something. 50 cents off tampons. Just what I need. God. Don't need that. I guess I'll stick that with the stuff to be taped too. Oh, Lord. 50 cents off a bag of sand in the desert. Free Shutterfly ceramic mug. I might do that. Might go for that one. Put my picture on a mug. Okay. Shop, play, lose. And more tampons. That's it, folks. That's it for the monotony. So, nothing thrilling there except maybe a coffee mug. Well, in 1996, I lived in Oakland and I refused to pay the rent because we didn't have hot water for 56 days in my building, and it was illegal to evict you for that, and my landlord evicted me. So then I moved to, no, they were Monopoly tickets from Safeway. Then I moved to Santa Rosa. But before that, I had moved from Sacramento. And then I got, finally, after living in my car for 6 months, living with someone for a while, and then a year, I got a room in Walnut Creek with the cats. The guy didn't like the cats being there, so I had to move. And then I got my own apartment. Then the landlord, who owns about 150 apartment buildings around the Bay Area with a diamond symbol outside each apartment building, decided to evict everybody and convert them all to condos. So I went up in the street. I moved in with Kathy. I put everything in storage. I had a lot less stuff than here, but it was everything I'd ever accumulated except my comic book collection and my science fiction collection that my mother threw out when I was younger. All my cat pictures of all the cats I've had, mementos, pictures of school, pictures of friends, pictures of family. And the manager of the public storage on Monument was an incompetent. She always was 1 month behind. I went in to pay my storage 1 month, always wrote them a check. Oh, we sold your storage. So I lost all the good stuff, including some very expensive bookcases, all the boxes for all my Apple II software and all of that, which would be worth a fortune today if I still had the games. And the stuff that was junky was in the second storage. So that's how I lost my clown thing and other mementos, things from junior high school, going back till I was a baby. I mean, my baby pictures and things. So it's you know, it sucks. So I doubt that because Storage Wars didn't exist then. This was back in, I had the date wrong. I'd have to go back and talk, if he's still around, my former, well, someone I know, and find out when I moved out of it. By the way, I also got a collection agency letter, and we have the right to collect this debt. Well, I don't pay collection agencies. If I pay a debt, it's to the original debt holder. And after 4 years in California, they can't collect it anyway, legally. They do that to frighten you. So don't pay collection agencies. Go to the original thing and make a deal with them and say, I want it removed from my credit record. So I did a figuring of that thing. I said, guys, it's been 6 years. Another year it drops off my credit record. You can't collect anything, so go away. Stop sending me your letters. And don't ever acknowledge you owe the money, because then they start to clock over again. Well, they sent me a notice, which I never got. That was the problem. So I lived in my car with the cats for 6 months and got pneumonia and almost died from it. I stayed at Maroney's house for a few days until he finally said I need my bed. I was very, very sick. I never thought of going to the hospital. I should have. And then I stayed at Glenn for a night. He really made me mad. He goes, you can't stay here more than a night. I slept on the floor just so I could stretch my body out. I'm not going to tell you my credit score. It's not 792. If it is, I'd have $1,000 limit credit cards. I'd have a GoPro right now. I'd have an iPad. I'd have an iPhone. I'd have the scooter maybe. And the three things that are dragging me down are the three collections in my credit thing, and I've disputed 2 of them. And every time I dispute them, collection confirmed. And if the thing is with collections, if you go and you ask for the collection agency provide the original signature and paperwork, they're not going to have it, and then they have to remove it. I haven't done that yet. I've got to do that. Show me the contract. Show me where I signed. If you did it online, there is no signed contract. If you didn't do it online, they have to have the original credit application you filled out, and after 6 years, they're not going to have that stuff. They have to go back to the original creditor, XYZ Bank or whoever it is. We need the credit form this guy signed and the agreement and all that, and we don't keep that stuff that long. So that's how that works. And please don't come in here and tell me what your credit score is. That's kind of annoying. And rubbing it in. My credit score, I have a perfect, excuse me, I went out to feed the cats and my nose starts running. I'm allergic to grass. I'm starting to think a little bit that Fluffy is allergic to grass. He went out today and he immediately started sneezing the minute the air hit his nose. I get turned down not just for the collections on there, but for not having a mortgage, not owning a house, not having any property. It's discriminatory against renters. So, I'm not going to, if I had an 800, and it's very hard to get an 800 credit score. It's hard to get over it. If I had an 800 credit score, I'd say it, but I'd say it for a reason. I have an 800 credit score, and it got me this. And you can buy trade lines, and they're aged longer than 2 years ago on Funkin' Wagnall's porch. And there'll be $25,000 trade lines, and it will bump your utilization up like crazy. But I suspect the credit companies know this trick. Although I'm an authorized user on Kathy's cards, and on someone else I know's cards, and I'm on 9 credit cards, and they all have a perfect payment record. The only problem is, from time to time, I go over the limit because I've got to do one thing every month. Buy cat food. But the target bill will be paid down to $300 next month. And eventually $200, $100, $0. Then if I wanted to, I would go and buy an iPhone at Target, but I don't want to get back up to $400 and have to make payments again. I paid off Fingerhut. I owe money to Stoneberry. I got the first bill from Montgomery Wards. I owed them $62. I gave them $10 yesterday. Now, you need, I don't know how much you have, assuming what you're saying is true. You need to take that money and invest it wisely and get yourself a financial advisor. Stephen Gardner, who does stimulus videos, is very good. He's a financial advisor. Depends on what you want. Growth, you want income, you want to buy a fund, you want to buy gold and silver. You can make money now if you buy it and hold it and let it sit and buy copper, for God's sake. So you can buy Bitcoin, but Bitcoin dropped recently. I'm buying little bits of Bitcoin, $5 and $10 on Coinbase. But fractional shares of Bitcoin, I don't know how much I would get if I sold them if Bitcoin hit $100,000, But I just do it just because it's interesting to me. Well, I have watched his videos, and he claims, he did a long video with Meet Kevin, and he said about 50% of his clientele is very rich doctors. So you don't know what he's doing behind the scenes. I don't either. I just have the impression he knows what he's talking about. He has written a book on finance. I have multiple books on finance here. Some of them are rather old. For years, I watched Wall Street Week back in the 70s with my mother religiously every Friday night on Channel 9, and I've watched get Kramer or whatever the heck his show is named. I can never forget, but have his books. I have books on investing. I have books on stocks. I have books on God, I can never remember what the name of that thing is. It's not futures. It's some other animal. And you day trading, that's it. So I know finance. I just don't have any money. I am fine, and I'm gonna. I will talk about stocks if I want to talk about stocks. So please don't say let's not talk about stocks. I'm referring to Slabo Jr., who says he inherited money from his father. And just giving him advice based on what I know. I have stock in my IRA. Not much, but it's there. If I had made money in the last 10 years, I'd have a lot more stock. I'd have a regular income, would never have to ask people for money if I had enough money. So, now I don't know if this is the real Aaron Roosbell or not. Thank you, because I had someone come in and pretend to be Art Bell's daughter. And I blocked that person because I did not believe that a 11-year-old would come in here. So if you are Art Bell's widow, welcome. I was friends with Art in email. He knew me. I practically adored the man. So, and one of the things I will be doing when we get a car, I will be going to Pahrump. I will be going to talk to Karen at K9 to find out if it was really Karen at K9 I talked on the phone last year or a troll. And I will be leaving something on Art Bell's grave. And I would love to meet Aaron Bell, and I can never remember the daughter's name. I'm terrible at names. I can't remember my name half the time. I would love to meet the daughter and the boy, Alexander, I think. I can't remember. And the kitties. So, everybody knows I love kitties. So, Art Bell was the host and creator of Coast to Coast AM, the paranormal program on AM radio, maybe FM too, I guess. And he was a DJ. He was in the Air Force. He installed cable where he hurt his back. That's why he kept leaving the air in part. He was on Sirius XM, and they promised him things and weren't doing it, so he quit. He had another podcast, Dark Matter. He dropped out of that. He had health issues. And then he had Midnight in the Desert. So, but Art Bell is was a legendary broadcaster in the Radio Hall of Fame. I have all his books. I have autographed books of Art Bell. And I have t-shirts with Art Bell, and there are other things I will be getting that will be Art Bell related as I get the money. So, Asia, thank you. I don't know, I have this mental block. Now, sadly, Art Bell's Art Bell's wife, Ramona, died. She had asthma, and evil trolls said that Art Bell killed her, which is a terrible thing to say. They went to Henderson, and during the night she had an asthma attack, and I have asthma, and I've almost died from it several times because you cannot get any air in your lungs, and you're gasping for air. And they also attacked Art, saying he hated Filipinos, which is ridiculous because he married 2 Filipinos. And I've worked with the Filipino people, and they're wonderful people. So, and they had a libel suit launched against him caused by these 2 clowns that caused him not clowns from the circus, that caused him a great deal of trouble, and people called him a racist and all of that, and none of it was true. And then his son got molested by his gym teacher, and that destroyed the son's life. So, and he has another son who's back east from a previous marriage. So, and I wish he'd been able to quit smoking like Johnny Carson and so many others. And I think he had hypertension. I know he was in the hospital, he was recovering, and then took a turn for the worse. So, I'm trying to give background to people who have never heard who Art Bell or Aaron Bell or Asia Bell or Ramona Bell is. And I know it may be painful, but there are people, who's Art Bell? So what am I going to say, ignore them? Come on, people. I listened to Coast starting in 1990. And there are replays of Art Bell shows all over YouTube, so and all over the internet. And I listen to Coast on occasion with George. I love John B. Wells on the weekend. I post his videos in the Guy from Pittsburgh Paranormal News Forum. I love John B. Wells, and I love George Knapp, and I hope one day to be able to meet George Knapp. Because I think George Knapp is the one great weekend host they've got. Yeah, of course I know who John B. Wells is. He was the host and an experienced broadcaster. Has a great voice. I would love to be able to hire John B. Wells to do my intro. So, I didn't know Art ate pizza. And then there are other things we heard about Art. From Art, the Area 51 call, where he got knocked off the air and his engineers at I don't remember if it was not Westwood. There was a network in Oregon before Premier took over. They said his feed got knocked up by a directed EMP pulse. I heard it. The second call came in. He got hit by another EMP pulse. He had a gigantic radio antenna. It may or may not still be there. He was a ham operator, shortwave. The night he fell off the porch, because they took the porch out and he forgot the porch. When Ramona, her garden was being attacked by jackrabbits and Art was throwing rocks at them. The night he crazy glued his lips together. The night his hand got attacked by the orange wonderful that loved him dearly once he got him out under the house, Comet the cat. He had to go to the hospital for that. Art wrecking his Geo. There's all kinds of Art Bell stories, and they were all wonderful. So, you're wrong, Amp Bird. John B. Wells was one of the Saturday hosts. There's Ian Punnett. There's another guy whose name I can never remember. And there's a woman on there on the weekend now. But John B. Wells, they fired him because he was a conservative and they didn't like his political beliefs. So don't say John B. Wells was never on Coast. You're wrong, and you're lying. So, that's curious. I've listened to Coast in one form or another for years. I know. I just can't remember Dave Schrader, that's the other guy. One constantly talks about hockey. He's in Toronto, and I had relatives in Mississauga, which is right down the road. So I know Toronto well. I know what it used to be. I haven't been there for ages. But John B. Wells talks like this. Except he's deeper than I. And he does paranormal, he does conspiracies, and all that. Well, if you were to watch this channel, people have seen a black form go behind me, come down the hallway, and go past me, and it happens to go out the living room wall. I have a theory it's the ghost of my late cat, Minnie Mouse. And I didn't believe them until I saw it on video myself one day. And I've seen the ghost of my father. My mother saw the spirit of my grandfather at the exact moment he died. I have been pronounced dead twice and came back and left my body. So I firmly believe in the paranormal. And I've had cats in Oakland when I lived there for 6 years that would sit in the corner of the apartment when it was 100 degrees outside of the third floor apartment. So hot that I was growing tomatoes and catnip in my other bedroom. And they would stare at this corner that got ice cold like it was 30 degrees. There was nothing visible there, but the cats would meow at it. They saw something that we can't see. I have not seen anybody at the door that people claim. I don't know how they can see someone at the door when I'm looking at the door, like I am now. There's no one there. Maybe I have shadow people at the door, or men in black, or women in black, or the black-eyed children. I know all about that. Over 600 paranormal books. So I used to have 5,000 when I lost my storage, and thousands of military history books and other books. That's why I was so sad. I'll never have those again. The ghost or troll stalkers. No, I don't think it's troll stalkers. Because I would hear someone coming up the stairs or down the stairs. I'm not hearing anything. I'm not hearing conversation. I'm not hearing footsteps. I tromp pretty heavily on that balcony. People can hear me stomping. You can hear someone coming up and down the stairs. I can hear them go by my window. It's right there. So I don't know. So, here we go. Yes, I do. I have books on ghosts in San Francisco, places that are haunted, ghosts in the Bay Area, ghosts in Pennsylvania, ghosts in Ohio, Michigan, Illinois, the chupacabras, werewolves, shadow people, Slender Man, I said the chupacabra, Bigfoot, Yeti, what the hell was his name? Something Jack. I can't remember that one either right now. Heels Jack, who ran around England. Another guy ran around New Jersey. There's all kinds of strange, phantom, shadow cats. We're not talking kitty cats here. Black panthers being seen around England and in Europe and in North America. People being abducted, people disappearing, UFOs, orbs. There's all kinds of paranormal stuff. If you don't believe in the paranormal, then you've got a closed mind. There's more than enough evidence. Well, if he says he was the guy in the green truck, then I have no way of proving it. My shirt says The Invaders. I have two of them. Not the cartoon, but the Quinn Martin production show where aliens invade the Earth to make it their world. With Roy Thinnes. Or Thinnes, I've never known how to pronounce his name. A sort of precursor to the X-Files, Dark Skies, not the movie, and Kolchak, the Night Stalker. What is that dink, Ant Bird? That triangle symbol. Oh yeah, Art Bell and his wife saw a triangle UFO coming back from Vegas one night that went over their geo, and it was gigantic. No, invaders from space that can take human form and try to take over the world. Those kind of, not the kind we shoot on the screen on your Atari or in the arcade back in the day. 55 years ago, when I used to play Space Invaders. I love Space Invaders. I was very good at it. But I spent way too much. If I hadn't played arcade games, I'd probably be a rich man today, too. I have my Atari in the back room and my Nintendo, and part of the parts are in Kathy's storage for my Sega Genesis. So. Oh, there were. However, some claim there still are. There are supposedly 84 different kinds of extraterrestrials visiting this planet. It's in the literature. Well, all the people getting vaccines if they weren't COVID, and after getting the side effects, if there isn't COVID, I'm going to go out and kick somebody's butt. I'm ticked. I have never had side effects from any injection like I've had from this stuff. Let's not quibble on numbers, please. When I say it's 84, it's what I've read. I have the books to show it. Hold on. There's some of them right there to the left of my DVD and Blu-ray collection. In fact, that stack has fallen down once, and I've hit my head in those milk crates. The other paranormal books are in there, and some of them are in the bedroom. The first 50 are Art Bell books, and about 50 UFO books. God, there goes the phone. I want my iPad back. And I'm going to go out tomorrow and take all the parts for the iPad to take it in to get it fixed. So I did an apartment tour years ago, but I've got so much crap stacked up in here because I was injured in August in a fall. I injured my knees and my back, screaming pain. Then I went to the hospital, and a hospital worker crushed me in the hospital bed, more screaming pain. Then when I was healed from that in December, a bus driver slammed on the brakes. I went flying and more screaming pain in my knees. I cooked my roast today. And I probably stood there in front of the sink cutting up potatoes, cutting out the seed parts of the bell peppers, cutting up celery, removing the fat from the roast beef. That probably took an hour, and by the time I get done, my knees are screaming in pain. So I can't do a lot in here because I can't stand. And I have to do a lot of stuff while sitting down, like this bag of paper I went through. And this will be tossed out tonight because I forgot about it. Along with the dead bottle of orange juice. So I slowly go through stuff, and I'm going to try to get a caregiver in the next 60 days so they come in here and help me clean, and I'm going to call the local cab company. Do you have a problem with taking me to the laundromat and picking me up when I'm done? The same with my cat. All 3 cats. Little girl needs her shots too. And there is no Arby's for miles around here. I used to go to Arby's all the time. I like my fans. Well, I like them and I don't like them, but it gets so hot in here. I have 7 going in the living room and still dying. And it's 75 degrees in here right now. Earlier it was like an oven in here. I have 3 kitties, but I feed, okay, I have Fluffy, Fuzzy, and Little Girl, who are, 2 of them are on the bed. I'm not sure where Fluffy is. I think he's in the bedroom. Fluffy is a black and white tuxedo. They're all 19. Fuzzy's a little black and white, very pudgy cat. I think she may have worms or something. She feels all bloated. And Little Girl is an all black. They're all long-haired cats. Then I feed Mama Cat and Kitten. Mama Cat's all gray. Kitten is gray and white. Tiny One is all black. Orangey is an orange tabby. Pretty Gray is gray. I feed Gray, Little Sweet Gray is gray. And then from time to time, other kitties show up too. See how they just turned 19 in November. And they were born on my building. And the neighbor, one apartment over, he is all sadly crippled. He was better when I moved in here years ago. He has the other 2 of the other litter mates that are the brothers, if you will, of my kitties, but they don't recognize my kitties anymore. They're very sweet and gentle. I used to be able to sit on the sidewalk, and the kitties would come up and talk to people and want petting. They're very gentle kitties. I used to talk to them. He lived in a different apartment. I used to talk to them through the window. Hello, kitties. You aren't too pretty. And they love being petted, and they would even let me hold them. But they don't recognize Fluffy and Little Girl and Fuzzy, which is sad. And their mama died years ago, but she had 15 cats. and all of them got home, so that's very gratifying. So, and I know Art had Comet and Abydos and at least 2 other cats, and I know Asia has a kitty of her own. I don't remember the name, but I've seen the pictures of Asia with her cat, and it's a very pretty cat, and Asia's a very pretty little girl. Now, these are probably 4 or 5 years old since I've seen a picture of Asia Bell, and then Aaron told the trolls and stuff to leave her alone and stop criticizing her and attacking her. Let her have peace. So I don't want to dredge that up either, really, but I'm very familiar with the Art Bell family, and I wish them all the best, and I'm so sorry for the boy and for Asia that their father is gone. So I know Comet passed away, but the point is, Art would talk about his kitties, and there used to be. I have the Art Bell CD collection, and on there are pictures, I believe. I don't know where it is right now. It's on a triangular thing, and it's in different shapes. And Keith Rowland, his webmaster, used to have a kitty web page that would show other people's cats and Art's cats. So, and I've had cats for 42 years. I've had 24 cats in 42 years. So I love kitty cats. I like dogs too, but given my mobility issues, I am not going to walk a dog. Maybe the dog can walk me, but that's another story. So, I don't think John is hurting for coin. I could be wrong, but, you know, so. But Comet, I know, used to sit at the studio door and meow when Art was on the air. Comet wanted to come in desperately. So, okay, that's enough about Art. I go back in the paranormal field to the days of John B. Wells. Not John B. Wells, I'm sorry. Brain issue there. Long John Neville, Ira Blue, Hilly Rose, Frank Edwards, and I was personal friends with the director of NICAP, Donald E. Keogh, and his secretary. So I was a member of NICAP at 9, the National Investigations Committee for Aerial Phenomena, and I also corresponded with Quirrell and Jim Lawrenson of the Aerial Phenomena Research Organization. So, and I've seen UFOs 3 times, one with Kathy. Well, that's very nice. You have a seeing eye dog. They are very good animals and very sweet. I have the problem that some seeing eye dogs, even though you're not supposed to pet them, will come over to me and want petting. That's an issue for their owners. Somebody chewed me out for making a joke, and I didn't appreciate it. I'm tired of people criticizing me on this channel, and I said, that's it, I'm done. You've ticked me off. Goodbye. So, you know, I mean, my God, a clown dies, and you make a joke about a clown, and you got all bent out of shape over it. But I was having a nervous reaction to it, so. And I have had people claim all kinds of stuff on my live chats and otherwise, and in emails, 10 years, that they did this, and they love to throw up how much money they have, how much stock they have, what kind of houses, what kind of lifestyle I live. And I've been chewed out. One video, trolls came in and said, poor, 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 and all of that, and complain about my weight. Well, if you've injured your back and your knees, you can't walk right, you didn't get fixed when you first fell and fractured the right knee 15 years ago, you're going to gain weight when you're on crutches. Now, I've been doing YouTube for 10 years, but I've been on the internet for 20. Nope. I think it went to Gilligan's Island. Sherlock Holmes and Watson couldn't find my stimulus check. I don't know where the hell it is. And Kathy, and every time I go to the Get No Payment site and type in, we have no information on you. I personally think it's run by the late, he came back from the dead, John Banner. Sergeant Schultz came back, and he tells people, I know nothing, I see nothing, I hear nothing, you have no check, go away. So, now, the thing is, I know one person online, one of my fans, one of my supporters who sends me cat food for the kitties. He loves the kitties. He filed his taxes early, and he got his money. And I know one other person who is also a fan and supporter. He got his money deposited to his credit union on the 17th. But nobody, I have a big email list of people I send emails to, including notifications, commentary, and all that. Not a one of them have gotten a check. Kathy hasn't gotten a check. I haven't gotten a check. I even went to get my mail Friday. The clerk at the post office, who is an absolute sweetheart of a person, she said, I didn't get one, my daughter didn't get one, my husband didn't get one, but my son got one. Now go figure that one out. And my attorney friend has not gotten one. So, and these people are claiming, one guy went on Blind to Billionaire claiming that he got told a precise date when when SSDI money will be paid out. He said he saw it on the Social Security website. It's total BS, because I went on the Social Security and IRS website. That hasn't been updated since before the 17th. And Social Security, according to all the news stories, I get called a liar today, and I hate that. All the news stories are saying Social Security announced they will be issuing a new statement. So are the IRS, but neither have issued anything. Neither has Bank of America. So I have an account at Bank of America, and the ironic thing is that if I had the account at my credit union, I would have gotten a check. They gave money out on Wednesday. And people at Wells and people at Chase and people at other major banks have not gotten any money either. And people are really ticked. And I think this is going to backfire on the Democrats in 2022 and 2024. You don't screw with people's money. And seniors vote conservative. And I think the Democrats may well lose the House or the Senate or both, because people will be so furious about this. They'll say, screw you, I'm not voting for you. So I'll believe it when it comes into my account. And when I get it, I'll have $1,400 in my hand. I'll do a live video. Here's the $1,400. And one troll came online, you don't deserve a check. And proceeded to the usual personal attacks on me. You get enough money. How much is enough money? Well, Kathy and I will do a video. We'll be holding up the money in our hands. And then it will go in the bank. And I'll go to the coin loan place and take out coin loans and not to pay interest on them. That's one of the big things. It hurts every few months. So, Bank of America has absolutely no information on when you're going to get your money deposited. Nothing. Other than they said some money went on the 17th. And yet the Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, et al., we are so concerned about the poor, the people least able to afford things in this society, and we're so concerned about the children. We heard that garbage for months. If they're so friggin' concerned, why don't they call up the Irish commissioner and say, get off your butt and start delivering by hand? No, I won't be broke, because we're going to you don't know what I intend to do. You know what? You're getting a timeout. Okay, there's a troll. There's a troll. The usual garbage. What I don't do to my girlfriend. I have never beat Kathy. I don't beat Kathy. She said that in 15 videos. These people keep coming up with that crap. This is why I don't want to do live videos. I'm sick of videos I post to my own I can control. These people are sick. And I'm not going to be broke because I'll have secured credit card, 2 of them. We'll have eventually 7 or 8 or 9,000 bucks in the bank. We're going to take a loan on it, get the Prius, make the payments, pay that loan off, get a second loan, buy the Toyota Highlander Hybrid Limited. And I will make the payments on that. When that's paid off, then I'll take that money and buy the Hybrid Limited and take a third loan to buy the scooter and the Mac Mini. Or they have a computer loan I can get at my credit union. I can get up to $3,100 loan. By then they have credit cards. I'll have a good payment. I'll have 2 personal loans, and Kathy will have on her credit report a personal loan with the credit union. They'll give me a credit card. Then I can go out and buy what I want. All I gotta do is make payments. See, people I've never even heard of. They've never come into chat before, and they're trolls. That'll be like, I don't want to get started on that. And this garbage about I beat Kathy. Someone asked me earlier if I go into Walmart. I can't go to Walmart on the weekend. Kathy's 15 miles away. There are no buses going to Pittsburgh on the weekend. How do I have no way to get there? That's a cute trick, isn't it? I'm going to walk on my cane that has the rubber tip broken. We'll stomp up Highway 4, 15.1 miles, and knock, bang in her door, and when she opens the door, punch her in the mouth. Come on, people, grow up. This is why I get so tired of this garbage. I love my girlfriend very much, and we've been together on and off for 42 years. We don't live together because, frankly, at times we drive each other nuts. I drive her crazy. She drives me crazy. We argue. We fight. We always make up. And it's not physical fighting. She gets mad at me and hangs up. I get mad at her and I hang up. You get like that when you've been together a long time. Or at least as far as I know, you get like that. I don't know what other couples do. Because they're from the evil website and they have this obsession with saying I do that to Kathy when I don't. Kathy, look, we were looking for George Norrie at the Whole Life Expo in oh God, where the hell was that? It's where the old Bay Meadows racetrack used to be. San Mateo. And we missed George Norrie. So I had to go all the way to Santa Cruz. And she did a video right there saying, I do not beat her. And she's done other videos, and she's told people if I ever did that, she'd break up with me. She wouldn't tolerate it. I even went to court a second time when she got mad at me and filed a restraining order, and the judge said, I'm not. And she been in court. Has he come by your house? No. Has he ever been to your apartment? No. Has he ever accosted you physically? No. Has he ever assaulted you or hit you? No. Well, I'm not going to allow this thing. I'm throwing it out. And somebody asked what my kitties are. By the way, massive is not $2. Massive would be $100. That's massive. $500, $1,000. $2, not massive. Andre the Giant was massive. Snorlax the Pokemon is massive. A whale is massive. The Titanic is massive. $2 is not massive. $2 is not even substantial. It's a small donation. This is Fuzzy. Fuzzy, my baby cat. The baby of Fuzzy. No, well, you've got the wrong word. Look up the definition of massive sometime. Love my Fuzzy. Okay, little one. Well, I wouldn't know who Wings of Redemption is. I know Chicken Wings. That's who I know. And again, Kathy told me she watched this program, and I don't know what she's watching on YouTube. She has TV to an extent on her LG 4K television. She said she's watching this program where this woman's 1,000 pounds. Now, 1,000 pounds is a lot more massive than 450. And it's been a long time since I took ninth grade physics about mass and weight and all of that. So it depends on what you determine what the word mass means and massive. Oh, God, there's so many. Of course, Bell's Hole, the series of videos on that. Not videos, shows on that. The Area 51 caller. I do not believe the guy who claims 15 years later that he was the Area 51 caller, because that guy was terrified. And I've suggested someone go back and do a voice stress analysis of that show. That guy was scared to death. He thought the people from Area 51 were to come and pull him out of the phone booth and drag him off. And that was the night where Art got the first EMP pulse attack on his broadcasting to the satellite link. It wiped him out, knocked him off the air, and then a week or so later, and I don't remember the exact dates at that point, but I heard it, he got knocked off the air again. And then there was the guy flying into Area 51 who, his girlfriend sent a message to Art with a code, and he said he was going to fly his private plane to the Area 51, and Art told him not to do it, and he said he was going to do it anyway. He said he was in the Air Force at one point, and he should have the perfect right, as Americans, he pays taxes, to fly over any installation he wants, because it's the people paid for that base. And you hear him get shot down, apparently. And there were many other shows. There's shows with people with Bigfoot, the Bigfoot guy in the freezer, which may not be a phony. The Bigfoot in the freezer. Shows on chupacabras. Shows on, I call a friend of mine who's a bus driver, Mrs. Chupacabra, and I got to give her some chupacabra stuff one day. Keep meaning to, but never know what bus line she's going to be driving. Art had shows on all kinds of topics, and except for this one guy who was big into recreational drugs and peyote and stuff. I never cared for him. But, and one bonk show where a guy claimed of a UFO in somewhere in Nevada crashed. There was never a boring Art Bell show. Ever. I would stay up all night when I should be going to sleep and listen to Art Bell. So. Wait a minute. Hold on. How can you have the power out for 77 days? I did a show with George on EMP. If your area got knocked out for 77 days, you'd have no refrigeration, no sewage, no running water, no electricity, no air conditioning. The cars wouldn't work. The trucks wouldn't work, and people would be starving to death. That makes no sense. I call BS. And that would have been a major story all over the internet. I haven't seen anything on that. Well, I can't do it now. I've got the screen for chat. But I get news alerts sent to my phone every day. Parts of Puerto Rico are out because of hurricanes and because their electric infrastructure is pretty crappy in a lot of areas. They have good infrastructure in the hotels and stuff, but months after, I don't remember which hurricane it was, they still had people without power, and they still had people living in the ruins of their houses. I mean, even Art in the Philippines, it wasn't an EMP pulse, but when he lived in the Philippines with Aaron, he got hit by a typhoon when he was on the air. Manila got hit by a typhoon. It scared the hell out of Art. I remember that show. And it was probably, I think it was one reason why he went back to the desert. Well, all I know is if that had actually occurred, we would see it. There would be some evidence on the internet. Now, anybody can say anything on the internet. Doesn't mean it's true. Without corroboration. Like someone tonight said something on one post that they knew the exact date when stimulus checks would be deposited for everyone. I'd say show proof or shut up. All right, now, I've got the other screen from Chrome. And I'll bet you I don't find anything. If I do, I will apologize. But William Forstchen, who wrote 1 Minute After and 6 subsequent books, I can't type with the letter B because I lost my key. Which I still haven't found. The key keeps falling out. China has first strike capability to melt U.S. power grid. 90% of U.S. population could die if a pulse event hits. Do EMP personally destroy electronics? That depends, whether you have it in a Faraday cage. How long would it take to recover from an EMP? 4 to 10 years. The EMP threat, examining the consequences, and 1962, the first time U.S. tested an EMP weapon, how to plan for an EMP pulse, and there is a company, 1 second after a John Matherson novel by Fortune, and there is and George has had shows on EMP on Coast, so there is nothing on a village that got knocked out. And I just looked on Google. That would be a major story. All right, I will look up that. Why would someone attack a village with an EMP pulse? That just doesn't make sense to me either. You're going to attack a major city if you're going to do something, unless that village had something strategic in it. Hold on, where the hell? Well, in 1993, what was I doing in 1993? I was living in Oakland. So, and I was accessing the internet on a yellow screen CP/M based computer, and I was going on bulletin board systems, so I didn't get much news back then, except what I heard from television. I did have cable. Okay, hold on. And I have issue since my cataract surgery of seeing small print. Okay, here's the book. Whoops, oh God. No, I hate Amazon. I click on something and the mouse moves and it goes to new releases. God. Okay, hold on. Apparently there's a documentary too. What is Tenzi? There it goes again. Hold on. 77 Days in September is a novel. It is not a real story. Ding, 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 as Art used to say. It's a novel. I'm looking right at it on Amazon. It is not a true story. Now, unless you have the proof that it happened, show proof. I'm not going to spend money on a novel. I got Area 51 novels I haven't read yet. They've been sitting there for years. Okay. I've proven that you're lying. You know what? Bye-bye. There's no way in hell any village, city, or town on this planet will be knocked out for 77 days for the ABC, CBS, PBS, CNN, CNET, which does nothing but tech, wouldn't report on it. George Noory would have reported on it. Or Art Bell. I never heard anything about no village on Art Bell. So, Mr. Big Man is not massive. He's a massive liar. I looked it up. There's no village. They was said the village of, Slabovia. Nothing against Slavo. Or a tiny village. Usually these villages in somewhere you never heard of, like Bosnia, Herzegovina, Montenegro, Transylvania. Nothing to do with vampires. Some small town in the Carpathians or the Andes or something. And there is a company that posts videos on YouTube. You get the device about the size of this mouse, and they put it on there's my junction box there. You turn off the power, they put it on the lead coming in, and they turn the power back on. If your house gets hit with an EMP pulse, nothing will happen. And it can put it on your car engine. If your car gets hit, your truck or your Prius, EMP pulse, nothing will happen. It's on YouTube. I don't remember the name of it. I've seen the videos. And I've seen the device listed for sale. Because when I get interested in something, and I got interested in EMP because of George Noory and Fortune, and I knew about EMP pulses before that, somewhat, because of nuclear testing. Setting off an atomic bomb or an H-bomb will put out a pulse. I'm not going to look. That site, the Get No Payment site, you check it more than once a day, it doesn't work. And all it says, we have no information. We know nothing. Or you're not eligible. That's like getting the Publishers Clearinghouse junk. They want you to buy overpriced crap. Because you can't just fill it out and send it in so I can have the guy show up at my door. You won $2 million for life or whatever it is, $50,000 a week or something. That's. I don't believe anybody ever wins that thing. I think that's a fraud. Yeah, well, I don't have Chase. And I go back to the days when it was Chase Manhattan. So I keep calling it Chase Manhattan. It's JP Morgan Chase now. And I lost in my storage a leather, I don't know what you call it, like a pouch that said J.P. Morgan and Company, and it was designed to carry stock certificates and bonds, and my mother brought it all the way over from Germany when she came to America, and that thing would have been collectible today, so, and somewhere here. I follow banks. I've had Bank of America stock, and this is my Mellon Bank bag from Pittsburgh. They have always been bought up, but this is a money bag you could carry your coin to the bank if you were a merchant. This has nice little, marbles on it. But I have all those coins. When I roll them up, I will take it to the credit union and put it in the car fund when that gets full. Or whatever I do with it. No, because the link when I go there said we have no information or you are not eligible. Or we have not processed your thing. I've been checking it, but you don't have to check it more than once a day because it only updates at midnight. And the last time we had the stimulus, it didn't work the first time. And the second time it didn't work until one of the two times, I don't remember which. It didn't work for 1 or 2 days before the checks actually went out. I clicked on it and said, your check will be in the bank on so-and-so date. But that hadn't happened with me. And I haven't been checking with Kathy either. No, it does not update every hour. I've been on the IRS website today and read the entire website because somebody claimed that they couldn't get the problem with people who put out this crap on the internet. They can't get their story straight. First, he said he read it that SSDI were getting a check on Wednesday, and he had the date. Then he said the IRS site said it. It doesn't say it on either one, and they don't update an hour. Stephen Gardner, Meet Kevin, Max, whatever his name is, and I have read probably 50 news reports and articles from newspapers and websites and television stations and videos from CBS, ABC, you name it, on this subject for the last 10 days till my eyes are a miracle. They aren't bleeding from staring at the screen. But they have all said you don't have to check every hour because they don't update every hour. They update at midnight. It's pointless to keep checking. And it's because of my VPN. If I go there sometimes, it says you're not authorized to use this server. I get the same problem with Craigslist. It won't let me look up a computer. So, yes, that's right, Alexa, or a computer. It's 10:49, in an hour and 11 minutes. Usually I don't go in there until about 12:30 to check again. And that's it. I don't check. I check Kathy. I know her social. I know her address. And I check her account, her thing. I check my thing. And it's so far, every time, we know nothing. We can't tell you anything. And if we couldn't tell you anything, we don't like you, so we're not telling you anyway. So, and I found some land in Nevada I could buy. Not really big enough to build a house. But it would give me land, and I might talk to the guy and say, let me make payments, then I'd have, and let me take a small mortgage, a second mortgage on the land so I could have mortgage experience to increase my credit. Land's about $9 grand. If I had the $9 grand, I'd buy it now. Well, folks, my posterior is starting to hurt here. I've been sitting on this thing too long. My eyes are starting to tear and burn. And the cats have been patiently waiting for me. Little Fuzzy is looking at me. And they want dinner. Depends on what you buy. You can buy a quarter of an acre, an eighth of an acre in a Pahrump, and it will cost you 30 grand. You can buy 40 acres and it will cost you X. You can buy acres out in the middle of nowhere in Winnemucca or Wells or Battle Canyon or Tonopah. It depends on where it is and how much it is. You can buy land with creeks on it. You can buy lands on shoreline property with a lake. You can buy land where it's timeshare or you pay into a community and you can have a log cabin to use there. There's all kinds of land. You can buy ranch. I'll call everything in Nevada a ranch. But all I see is tumbleweed. Well, it's a tumbleweed ranch. There's nothing. There's no cattle. There's no sheep. There's no cows. There's no horses. There's no llamas. There's no alpacas. It's just we got 1 million head of tumbleweed here. So, but there are some you go on these sites and there's some very expensive pieces of land you can buy. Craigslist had land for sale in Nevada, condos in Las Vegas, stuff in Reno, stuff going all the way to Utah. So the car fund is $10. All right, that's it. As usual, no one donates to this channel, which distresses and irritates me. Then they expect me to buy GoPros, go to Las Vegas, buy iPads, buy phones, and do live streaming while I'm walking with my cane. So, and my knee is starting to kill me, my right knee. So I got to get off this chair. All right, this is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. Have a great evening. Well, no, the people people that come on this, when I looked at the last video, it had 129 views. Not a one of them donate. Because they're cheap. It's not for me, it's 90% for Kathy, so she can get around and doesn't have to suffer. Well, they won't even donate to a woman so she can have a car and she doesn't have to carry stuff home on the bus and struggle with it and be in pain. So, no, I'm not going to give 10 minutes. I've been on here an hour and 45 minutes. My knee is killing me. My where I sit is hurting, and I'm done. All right. This is George Send, the guy from Pittsburgh. Stay wet, warm, dry, or cool, as the case may be. Yeah. Stay warm and dry, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time. They don't donate because they are trolls. They wouldn't put money in a payphone to call an ambulance if I were lying down the middle of the street. I'm not moving too fast. I never move too fast because I can't move too fast. All right. No, the donation works fine. So don't start that. I didn't say you were a troll. I said the people that won't donate are trolls. Don't start that garbage. All right. Thank you, Aaron, for coming in. Well, you don't even know where it is. It's GoFundMe for Kathleen Enfield. All right, hold on. See, once again, this will prove whether or not Aaron is the real Aaron or a fake Aaron. Okay. Fundraiser for George to get Prius for Kathy. I'm clicking on it. Help Kathy replace her dead Prius. And the donation link is right there, and it says donate. Donate now. And I just clicked on it. Right there. Enter your donation. Right there. You see it? There it is. So if you said it's denied, you're not telling the truth. It works. There's a picture of Kathy, Kathy's Corner. There's the donation. There's GoFundMe. You see it? So if you said it doesn't work, you are not telling the truth. No, it's not on YouTube. It's on GoFundMe. I have no way to put the link in YouTube because I cannot get a link to work in YouTube description. But I have posted a number of times. Go to GoFundMe and search for the name Kathleen Enfield. Help Kathy replace her dead Prius. And I have to get up off this chair before my leg goes dead and I start screaming. Now, with a super chat, I don't know, but as far as I got donations. I saw a listing today who donated in super chat in the last few days, and it was working. All right. She didn't say that. She said tried to donate to Kathy. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye for now.